Hunt 'em Big with Steve Bartylla. Brought to you by
one of the challenges a lot of people face is, quite honestly, the hunting property that they either have access to or they own. You really can't hunt it every day.
Right.
You know, there's wind. I mean, one of the things that frustrates me a little bit is we all talk about ideal in this stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, stupid example. Hunt the downwind side of a bedding area. Well, what happens when there isn't a defined edge to that bedding area? What happens when they're bedding all over this?
Yep.
Generally, you know, there's all sorts of these scenarios where it's nowhere near as cut and dried as we try to pretend it is. This is how you should hunt earlies. This is how you should hunt mids. This is how you hunt the rut. This is how you hunt. Well, when you don't have all that stuff, you can't.
Right.
Robie hunts 28 acres of cover. Mm-hmm. He has unique insights into this type of stuff. And can you really have it all? And what, please correct me if I'm wrong, Robie, but don't you really have to sit down and figure out, this is what I can do?
And what you can't do.
And you play the cards the best you can.
And the sad thing is there's more can't do's than there is can do's. When it comes to a small piece of timber, trying to hunt it. I was always a guy that I wanted to go out and be out hunting every night just because I enjoyed hunting.
Yeah, same here.
And I had to teach myself that you can only go out certain times depending on what Mother Nature is throwing at you. Certain times of year, I will not hunt over food plots in the morning. I won't even hunt close to them because I know the deer are already on them when I'm coming through the woods. You know, little things like that you really got to pick up on and say, hey, you stay out of here.
Years and years and years ago, I used to outfit for a bunch of consultants and I had access to their logs. And I'll tell you what, between my own experiences and all of their hunters, you get up until, we're talking Midwest here, you get up until that last week of October, and these hunters that were going out in the morning, they're seeing maybe one shooter for every 10 that saw in the afternoon.
Right.
And a combination between, the testosterone levels haven't risen enough to make them want to be active that late in the morning yet. Yep. And, they're going out there and they're kicking them out every darn morning.
Every morning when they're going in.
You know, and that was something that I had to alter my hunt.
Yep.
I rarely, I'm not going to say never because I do, but I comparatively rarely hunt mornings.
Same here.
Until we get to that last week of October. And then the logs in my own experience show all of a sudden, no, it's not that mornings do but they do every darn bit as good as afternoons. And one other side note before I throw it back to you, in the morning when you think it's time to leave, sit another hour at least.
Yep. Well, with me, in my area, you know, I see bigger buck activity, more buck activity and bigger deer 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock.
Same here.
That is some of my favorite times right there. And that's usually when 90% of the people, if they are hunting in the morning, that's when they're going out. There's a lot of times and more than I do, I will stay out of the woods in the mornings and then go in at that 10 o'clock time, 9:30, 10 o'clock, then set through.
And that's especially for the small landowner who has limited options.
Yep.
That is so dang important. We have it just crammed into, if you're going to morning hunt, you got to get out there you got to be in stand a half hour before first light, and you got to, there's all sorts of situations where that's the biggest mistake you can make.
Yep.
If you wait until after those deer have cleared, now all of a sudden I can get up into that stand safely. And we have it stuck in our head at that point, it's too late.
It's too late, right.
Oh, no, it's not. It's just getting started.
Yep.
I almost never see squat for deer that first half hour of legal light.
No.
I'm not saying I never have. I have. I've actually shot a few, but comparatively, I don't see squat that first hour compared to exactly what you were just saying. I would much rather hunt 10 to 2 than any other time during the day.
Absolutely.
Legal hours during season.
Yep.
So that's a great point, because you have so much limitations on where you can hunt. minimize the amount that you do hunt to maximize your odds of success.
Assess. Yep.
Because and I'm guessing you're doing everything you can to keep your impact to nothing.
Nothing. Yes.
But
yes.
still, every single time we go in, we are risking. Because never forget, I am thoroughly convinced we educate so many more deer after we left the woods than we ever do while we're there, because our odors can last up to 48 hours on that leaf that I just breathed on.
Yep.
Just that.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
And I really, so remember, even when you're not spooky, and I'm not telling you not to hunt your property, for the love of pepperoni pizza, hunt it as much as you can. But realize that it's a balancing act. And if you can go ahead and make fewer trips at higher odds, your odds of being in pictures like this guy is a heck of a lot better.
A lot better.
Final thoughts, brought to you by Huntworth. So if I'm understanding you correctly, Robbie, and by the way, this guy is the king at hunting small properties. In order to most effectively hunt a small property, what you do is you figure out when it's hottest, what stands I can hunt under what winds, and you target your hunts for the max odd opportunities.
Absolutely.
And if you really want to hunt, jump in your truck, jump in your car, jump on your bike, and go down to some public ground.
Public ground, and do it there, because that's what everybody else is doing. So, Yep.
Thanks much, man.
You're very welcome.